Happy new moon in Aries. I'm recording this a little after noon on Sunday, April 11th, and our new moon is exact at 7:30 this evening. New moon in Aries is the first new moon of the astrological year. So in many ways, this energy is the fresh start New Year's energy for real. So we've had several markers, and many of these are arbitrary. Calendar New Year, and then other meaning systems, right? Chinese New Year, the solar ingress into Aries I talked about a couple of weeks ago. But now with the lunar cycle beginning in Aries, we have that spark of new life. The energy behind Aries is I am. It's like that from the field of consciousness that is Pisces and the collective ground of everything. Here comes this spark of new life, and that's the burst of Aries energy. Fire element, this is an inspiration, a passion, a sense of being, and it's an energy that has a lot of vitality to it, a lot of direction to it, and motivation. Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, which is that go get it outward energy. And so this is a great time with this Aries new moon to really seed your intentions. Every new moon is that time of potential for planting seeds and claiming your intentions. But the Aries new moon is particularly so, with really tapping into that inspiration of new life, that inspiration of a new idea. And this Aries energy is particularly supported in this new moon chart by the air element planets that we have. So air feeds fire. And as the air element is represented by the planets Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, the Jupiter in Aquarius is in a conversation 2 signs away from this Aries new moon. And this is a very supportive ally, right-hand man kind of energy from Jupiter, our planet of opportunity, expansion, and abundance. And in Aquarius, it's that abundance of interconnection, of knowing we're all part of the human family. Aquarius energy being future-oriented, humanitarian, looking for the solutions that are really going to be win-win and expanding on that. So you might ask yourself, what are current sparks of inspiration that you have that can be built upon or expanded as you think of sharing it within your communities, whether that be your group of friends or your family, your local community, more broadly through social media or the internet or your work? How can you share that spark of inspiration and new ideas? And this taking action or inspired action on new ideas is also supported by and fed by the planet Mars, which is currently in Gemini, which is 2 signs away from Aries in the other direction around the wheel. And Mars in Gemini is motivated to seek out new ideas, new perspectives, new experiences, new connections, and new conversations. The air element signs are about communicating and relating and learning. And so this new moon in Aries, supported on both sides by Mars in Gemini and by Jupiter in Aquarius, is really an invitation to fan the flame of that inspiration and communicate about it. Share the new ideas, even if they aren't fully formed, even if they aren't perfectly researched or proven. There's a lot of energy for exploring new ideas and new perspectives. So I wanted to offer that and bring that in. We have several other planets in the sign of Aries right now. We have Chiron, the wounded healer, which is an energy that's inviting us all to heal and strengthen our sense of self, to know that we each have our individual right to be who we are, to want what we want, to express ourselves in our own unique way. And as Chiron moves through Aries, there's a healing energy available for all of us around those Chiron in Aries, insecurities, which can show up like, is it okay to be myself? Is it okay to want what I want? Is it okay to be angry or forceful or show up in an Aries or Mars-like way? Now, whether you have planets in Aries or not, or you have Chiron in Aries or not, this kind of healing of building our self-assertion, building that trust and knowing that it's okay to have the desires we have. This is part of the gift of Chiron and Aries. So Chiron in Aries is very close to Mercury in Aries right now. And so our thought process, our perception, our communication may have been or may be at this time around some of these topics, talking with friends around, what is it that you want? What is, I know a lot of conversations I've had lately are around this sense of freedom that's beginning to open up as we're in spring and the weather here in California is gorgeous right now, upper 60s, low 70s. Leaves are coming out, things are blooming. It's feeling like we have more freedom to be out and about and enjoy being in the world. As more and more vaccines are happening and people are sensing a little more freedom to move about and get together with people, I think that the air element planets are really bringing that out. Like there's desire for connecting and talking and socializing. That Mars and Gemini is a lot about socializing, a lot about, yeah, let's have the conversations, let's have the gatherings, let's interact, let's, have fun again, be playful. So this energy is very much on our minds and in our conversations. And Gemini and energy, where Mars is also symbolized by the twins and siblings. And yesterday was National Sibling Day. Kind of a fun thing on Facebook to see people celebrating their siblings in all of the ways they show up. I know that's been super present for me. This past week, I met my half-sister for the first time. We just discovered each other in September. I have 4 half-siblings that I never knew about before doing this adoption search and DNA research. So I have new relationships to connect, to get to know. And that's exciting for me. That's part of how this newness of connection, communication, and the Jupiter and Aquarius really expanding network for me personally. But it's showing up for a lot of people in, how are we interconnected, all of the ways we've had to communicate this year using more technology, more meetings on Zoom, more virtual classrooms, more, socializing at a distance. All of those things are very present. But with this new moon in Aries, it's like there's a new spark of inspiration around it and new form that can be come into being. Okay, but this is like the kernel, the seed of it, that energy. And also in Aries, we have the planet Venus. And Venus is a little ahead of the sun and the moon at the new moon. And Venus is that we're attracted to things through the Aries energy. Like we want to get into action. We want to get going. Like that feels good to be in our bodies, to be more active, to be paying attention to our sense of vitality, the sense of what is sparking us, what is that inspiration that we're aware of. And so you might ask yourself, what new ideas or expressions are compelling? What new ways of being in my body feel good? We'll be moving shortly into Taurus season. Venus will move into Taurus on Wednesday, the 14th. And the Venus in Taurus is very much about embodied pleasure. How are we enjoying being at home in our bodies? How are we enjoying life through all of our senses? And so we can use this Aries energy and this Aries new moon to begin anew, begin fresh. It's a fresh start around our vitality, around being in our bodies. Mars is that physical expression and like our drive, our biological drives. And so this could be a great week to begin new habits of exercise or new nutrition and, choosing more enlivening foods. And so that it sort of sets the stage for then Taurus season, when the sun moves into Taurus on or around the 19th of April. But Venus will preview that on the 14th, and we'll start to like, oh, right, I really enjoy this. I'm going to really savor the natural beauty around me. I'm going to savor the flavors and the colors and the sounds and textures and just being alive. Okay, so I feel like this Aries new moon is really a waking up and emerging from the dream state that Pisces energy is, emerging from winter and cocooning and emerging from this year of COVID. But it's not like it's, 100 miles an hour fresh out of the gate. There's an emergence and a flow. And so you might experience like feeling all gung-ho one day and then needing to take a step back and then coming out forward and coming back. But that I am energy of Aries, I think for all of us is helping us connect to who we are, what's true for you at your core, what inspires you, what helps tap you into your motivation, your desires, your go get it energy. And how do you want to direct that? How do you want to tap into it? How do you want to express it? I am currently leading my astro coaching group for the spring season. We've had our 2 of our 3 Aries calls, and next week we'll be starting our exploration of the Taurus archetype. So if you would like to jump in with us and explore the Taurus energy, I invite you to get in touch with me and get in on that group. We have 3 Zoom calls and 1 one-on-one call to really explore that Taurus archetype and how it shows up for you in your chart. So pay attention. Is there a spark of that interest to learn a little more about yourself through astrology, to learn a little more about how to work with these energies in the way that they are uniquely touching your chart? So get in touch with me if you'd like more information on that. Get on my mailing list if you want to be informed of the specials and the groups and the things I'm offering. I am running a special for spring, a 20% off readings to help you really get aligned with this new potential, new growth, new expression for yourself in this astrological year. So thank you for listening in. I have no idea, noon on a Sunday, 12:30, if I'm catching folks live, but it is here on the replay. And I will be uploading this to the YouTube channel as well, or you might be seeing it there. So happy new moon in Aries. Set those seeds of intention around what you want, what's your desire, what's that dream, what are you inspired to take action on? How do you want to move yourself forward into your life at this time? And happy spring. I hope you're enjoying life wherever you are on the planet. Take care.